There it is. There it is. Let's go, baby.
Hang on, let me put you in
Still
my
having
head.
it. Well, I'm
Not like
already in
you
your
ever been
head.
out of it.
I'm already in your head, and let me tell you, that is a dangerous place to be.
Sorry for the delay, folks. There was a little issue with the live chat. And you know what I got to do now, Sarah?
What? Pour a
I gotta
drink.
go back over here and turn my producer's headphones down because I can hear myself over there 5 seconds later. So
Oh, okay. All
here's
right,
the
go
other
ahead.
thing I want you to do. I want you to talk for a second. I'm gonna run downstairs real quick. I gotta grab a cup.
Okay.
So
All right.
hang tight. Hang
But
tight.
it's just like a man to be totally unprepared.
Well, look, I even got my hat on top of my hat.
Yeah, you're double hatting it, and I don't understand why.
I'll tell you later on. Hey, talk
Okay.
to everybody. Sing them a song.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that, but I will talk to them. Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to our Monday night live stream, which I hope you guys are enjoying. We're having a fun time doing it. So you guys shoot us a comment if you are what is going on? If you're enjoying our Monday night live stream. See, what this is Chad moved away and now we don't get to see each other. And so we have to like interact somehow. So we've been doing this and we've been having a really good time. How's everyone's Monday been? Let me know. I am posting right now on my Twitter account. I refuse to call it X. I refuse to call it X. I'm not going to call it X. My Twitter account, I'm posting that we are here live, Monday night live stream. All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah, Linda, I know Chad moved closer to you. I know, but I'm just saying. Oh, gosh. Oh, Lord. Is that pink?
I ain't scared of nothing.
Is that a pink cup?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to be
Oh,
woke.
no. Connie left my show to watch this. Well, Connie, are you going to, you got to finish my show later after this.
How is your show still going?
Well, she must be watching it after the fact, not the premiere.
Yeah,
Because
because
that ended at 7. Yeah, 7 our time.
your show already came and went, woman.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I'm just repeating what she said. No, it's
Hey,
not X, Steve. It's not X. It will always be Twitter in my mind.
you hear this?
Yes.
Hormone logics.
What does that mean?
Testosterone.
Oh.
Somebody's knocking. Got that wood going.
I was like, what is that? Oh, okay. I got it.
Hormone Logics. They're in West Palm Beach, Florida. Call my buddy Eric Vatterott. You can go to Hormone Logics. That's with an S on the end of it, .com, and give them a shout. They'll help you on the phone, telemedicine, the whole deal. They got a whole team over there. So you need to go over there. You need to go follow my buddy Jesse Payton and Dustin Sims. Dustin did the funniest video for Hormone Logics. He put it on Instagram and on Facebook where he's having a conversation. You know, he's playing multiple characters. And he says, man, I want to be able to do that. And he looks at it and goes, what? Throw popcorn up and catch it in your mouth? He said, no, it's the way he threw it. And he's got a thing in his pants that throws the popcorn up. He's throwing it off of his pecker. And he's like, man, you can do that too. All you got to do is call Hormone Logics and they'll hook you up.
Oh my God, that's funny.
It's so funny, but they've been good to us. And we told him, I said, listen, I'll give you a shout out on the show as much as we can when Sara and I are together. He's definitely helped me. Eric has helped me and his whole team of medical folks over there. And that's in the past. You know, I got a bunch of friends out there that take care of me. I need all the help I can get, Sara.
I'm aware.
Yeah, Hormone Logics does a fantastic job. So give them a shout. Give them a shout. Check them out. Okay, Sara, how are you?
I'm okay.
Just okay.
I mean, I'm exhausted, but I just live exhausted. You know this. So
how are you sleeping?
Not well.
So I heard a thing yesterday from someone who told me that I need to get grounding sheets.
Grounding sheets?
Grounding sheets. Apparently you plug them in and you sleep under them and they ground you. And apparently people who
Okay.
can't sleep can sleep.
So it's like a frequency or what?
Yeah, I guess it's doing
Oh,
something to you. But
I would try that.
you know,
People are complaining that your chat is not enabled. Do you want to try to
okay, so
enable
here
that?
okay, here's what you have to do. And I put this in the other chat. So what you have to do is there's 2 live streams going on my YouTube. One of them has a live chat, one of them doesn't. We were in such a hurry we couldn't
Oh,
delete the other one. So get off of, if you don't see the live chat and you're on my page, go back in and go to the one with the live chat. There's 2 of them going. I think I managed to eliminate one of them, but if you were already on it, you're still watching it. Get off of that, refresh, and you'll come back and it'll be booyah.
okay. There it goes.
And
All
so
right.
you should be good on all of that. So yeah. But you don't sleep. I know you don't, because anytime I text you, you're awake.
Yeah, at all hours. We're just constantly like, it's 5 a.m. It's fine. I'll text Chad. He's awake.
Do you have a cocktail?
I do. I have a ranch water.
Okay, I'm gonna make one. So Cody Go, 1530,
Oh
George
my
Strait
God, that
stuff.
stuff is so good.
So good. I bought 3 bottles of it today. And a little Topo Chico. Actually, you know what? Let me do. I got the sweetened lime juice. I try to do stuff with no calories in it.
Sweetened lime juice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's like a
It's-
that's like, yesterday we were out and the place we were at, I asked for a ranch water and they brought me back a ranch water that had agave in it, so it was
mm,
sweetened, and I felt like I hate complaining, I try not to, and I was just like, "I'm really sorry. I don't mean to be a problem, but can I get this without agave? Because this isn't a ranch water."
I agree. It's not. I like to use. I have my pink Yeti cups. I use them so that no one will steal them. Nobody takes them, so I get the little
Smart.
faggoty colors and I use them. And
Yeah, but what if I was at your house, I would definitely try to steal that because
you
that's my
would. Normally, I write on here, "This is Chad's booze." This one went through the machine and it got washed off, but normally I write with a Sharpie, "This is Chad's booze." So, yeah, I have all the pastels. Speaking of pastels, did you see the video that's kind of making the rounds now where the guy's saying if Trump gets elected and he enforces the things that he says he's going to do, that people are going to get hurt, people are going to get killed, there's going to be fighting, and this guy was saying, you don't effing, F this, F that, you don't effing know what it's like to go to war, blah, 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 blah. And he had like Hot Wheels cars behind him, and he was wearing a little bandana around his head, and he had pastel tattoos.
No.
Have you seen that video?
No, I didn't see it. I
Check
saw
it out.
I saw Maxine, what's her name? Maxine Waters. Um,
Impeach.
yeah, I saw her say that Trump wanted blood in the streets, once he was elected, but I didn't see this one.
You can check it out. Buzz Patterson posted it. That's where I saw it because he was talking about rights being taken away. I said, well, you had every right to put those pastel colors in your tattoo and you didn't turn that down.
True.
Gay. So anyway, and then the thing that I can't get past was AOC's speech about how we're going to take the
Oh,
Bronx back. Take it back from whom?
from yourself?
I'm confused. But her saying we're going to fight and we're going to take back this country. Your guy is the president.
Literally.
What are you
Literally.
fighting to take back? I thought we were in the greatest economy in the history of the world.
You have the presidency, you have the Senate, you have every single major institution, you have the mainstream media, you have the pharmaceutical companies, you have big tech. You literally already have every single aspect
Yeah.
of this country that matters.
Yeah, you got the media, you got the courts,
Yes.
you got the courts,
Yes.
you've got the education system, you got the medical complex, you got big corporate. I mean, we've seen. I went into. I had to stop yesterday at a store, and I was next door to Target, and so I wandered in. I
No,
wandered in. I wanted to see if they still had
no.
their pride shit out. So I went in and I looked
Ugh.
around, and by and large, it's gone. This particular Target, which yeah. So I went in there and I hunted and pecked around and looked to see what I could see. I was just curious. Sometimes you want to walk amongst the natives over there, and I saw no evidence of, tuck it pants or anything like that.
That's good.
But no, I'm not interested in spending money in there, but I walk through there, then I, kick the dust off my feet when I stepped off the curb. A lot of people have asked me, they said, because I had to jump off last week pretty quick, right at an hour. A lot of people wanted to know, they said, oh, Chad jumped off really quick when Alex Stein got on. And my response to that is, you're correct. I did, because Alex is a lot. Kind of hard to get a word in edgewise with Alex around. And this is my time. This is my time with my Sara.
I would like to just say, we talked about this last time we did a live stream.
Mhm.
Every time we talk, now it seems you're talking about another woman that you had on your show. And yet I must have lost my invitation in the mail.
Would you like to
So,
come into the Plano studio and be with me on the 9th of July?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Let's look at the calendar and do that. I would love for you to come. I'm going to be in the Plano
Yeah.
studio filming. Matt Attack is going to fly in.
Yeah, I wanna do that.
And he's going to come in and be with me. And I'm very excited about him coming in. He's super gracious, super good guy. I like his podcast. I like his takes on things. And he's flying in to hang out with me. The woman you alluded to, I had
The woman you alluded to.
Well, I had a really good guest today, and I want to make her my Dr. Phil. Okay. Tessa Stuckey. This is her book. Hang on. She is the mom therapist. I think is her handle on Instagram. She is, the mom therapist. And this is her book, For the Sake of Our Youth, a therapist's perspective on raising your family in today's culture. She has a nonprofit called Look Up. She's trying to get kids off of screens. And
That's
I
great.
don't want to tell you too much about it other than I love it when someone who is credentialed and deals with these things on a day-to-day basis. Because when she came in, she goes, "We're not talking politics, are we?" I said, "No, we're not talking politics. I'm really not a political person. I'm a culture person." And so we got in there, but from a therapist perspective of what she's dealing with, to just basically say, "Yeah, we've been right all along." Because she wasn't partisan in any way. I mean, she didn't come in with any of that. She'd really never watched my show.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, boy.
well, like yesterday, yesterday she sent me a message and she goes, "Is this videoed? Because I need to know if I need to get ready." And I was like, "Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
video." So she's a lovely human being, and she's fantastic. So I said,
Whatever. All right. We
I
heard
know,
you.
I know, I get it. The jealousy is an evil, evil, evil green monster, man. It really is. I mean, forget the fact that you said we were out yesterday. Who were you with, Sara?
My husband.
For now. Oh, man.
Well, she sounds lovely, and,
well, I loved her insight.
I hope you two are happy together.
I loved her insight. It was really good. We had a good time. I was like, you know what? I would like to talk to you for about an hour. And we went for about an hour 40. So
Wow.
it was insightful. It was a really good conversation. So that episode will probably come out next week. I've got Jack Carr on this week. I've got, a couple of more little ditties. I got Bear Morris, TJ Morris from Refuge Medical, Bear Independent is on. He came into town. He and his team drove down like 9 hours to be in studio. And we could have gone for 4 freaking hours, Sara. We went for 2.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, I hope it translates through the cameras and the technology, but it was like, and people will get it. God showed up in the room in our conversation. I don't know any other way to say it. It was just powerful stuff. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That should come out this week as well. Probably Thursday. We'll see. But hey, we got folks watching us on the live stream. Visit hormonelogics.com. Sara, you are lovely. That was a gorgeous picture you posted of yourself on your set.
You posted of yourself, you vain bitch.
You vain nasty bitch. I mean, that Ozempic is doing wonders.
Oh my God. Why do people talk like this? I'm not on Ozempic. Chad's referring to a comment that I screenshotted and sent to him. I don't know why people just jump to that. I'm not on Ozempic.
You're
I'm just
not.
anorexic. Duh. Get
Yeah,
it
just
right.
puke for a living. I will say Sarah is 100% not on any form of semi-glutide because long time ago I was like we were talking on the topic and you're just absolutely disgusted by the idea
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I can say that
It
yeah.
it creeps me out. We don't have any of the long-term safety studies for people who do not have diabetes.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of terrible side effects that are coming out now that there are like all these Daily Mail articles written about. And I'm like, I told you guys you shouldn't have started taking this.
Mm. Well, that's fun.
So
I'm glad to hear that.
yeah. And then of course, yeah.
I'm not on it. I
Listen,
have tried it. It didn't work for me. It didn't work
really.
for me. You know why? Because even though I lose my appetite, I can push right on through that barrier. I can. I can push right on
You're
through
like,
it.
I'm just a dedicated person. And when I'm dedicated to eating, I really put my mind to it and
Yeah.
I'll just eat.
I grilled 2 steaks tonight, and they were delicious, Sarah.
That sounds
Uh,
amazing.
I can
Steven's
still
grilling chicken
yeah,
while
the
while
m
we're doing this.
medium rare, and, they're kinda
Oh,
stuck right there, so
oh,
in my hiatal hernia.
sounds awesome.
No,
Um,
I'm not addicted to any weight loss stuff. I do like the liposuction, so that works for me.
I wanna wait, you've done liposuction?
No, bish. Just wanted to see if you're paying attention.
I was like, "What?"
It's like
Yeah,
Matt says
no.
right here. Matt said, "Chad is thick with 3 Qs." I like it.
Oh, wow.
I
That
like
is
it.
thick that's a compliment, so that's fine.
I'll take it. I mean,
No, but so one of the oh god, we're only, what, 15 minutes in,
that's
and
herring right there.
Chad's already taking his top off. No, that does can I
It's your show.
very well, I mean, it's our show, but very briefly, um, the picture that I posted, right,
Yeah,
of my it was in my I was in my studio, I was working, the lights were off, and so it was kind of like this cool effect with the neon sign behind me,
right.
and, I took a picture and I posted it on Instagram, and, it's like there's always that person, and I won't name names, but you and I both know this person, and I wrote, like, "I'm in my lair, working on these projects to save Texas, and so make sure you're following Texas Family Project and Texas Scorecard for more," because I work directly with both of these organizations to make sure that we don't lose Texas. And there's this one, I guess activist, I don't know if they're really doing that much anymore, but they comment like, "Oh, does that mean we'll see you at the Capitol next session?" Like, I'm so sick of people acting like you can't do anything to help the state unless you, I don't know what, quit your job and show up at the Capitol full time to annoy them. I just, it's so offensive to me. I am working on the weekends. I'm going into the Lion's Den, going to go like uncover dildos at pride festivals and like that's getting millions of views so that legislators are seeing it so that they know that they have to act. I'm meeting with the legislators to craft language for laws to protect children from sexualization. And you want to tell me I'm not doing anything unless I show up at the Capitol with you? Like, shut up. Shut
Yeah,
up.
I mean, you're literally on the front lines bending over to take it
Yeah.
back
Well,
with dildos and all that. That is one thing that has sort of bothered me for years is the people who want to make the comments about, are you going to show up at the Capitol? If necessary, if I need to, I'm actively involved with my state rep and other
yeah,
state reps. I'm communicating with them quite on a frequent basis,
right.
actually, because I'm friends with them. I know them. I'm engaged. Just showing up, like you said, to just knock on doors and harass them, or to show up for some session or something like that. That's great if you have a specific purpose for doing that. And I do encourage people to find a specific purpose to go do
Of
that. But
course.
just going so you could say, I'm at the Capitol. Yeah, well, if you're
Right.
testifying or something like that, I promise you, I'm doing quite a bit. You're doing quite a bit. I'm not on a loudspeaker trying to get attention for what I'm doing, but I'm actively
Right.
engaged. I mean, I sent you a text message this morning on the federal level. I was asked to speak at an event in August, and the keynote there was going to be Morgan Luttrell, the congressman from the Houston area, who replace Kevin Brady. And Morgan requested that I not be that person. I don't know why. I don't know if that's in connection to my, headbutting with Dan Crenshaw. I don't even know if Dan Crenshaw knows I was headbutting him.
Oh, probably.
Both men I consider to be friends / acquaintances, whatever. I don't know why he would have a problem with me, but I was like, okay. So they messaged me, and it put the lady in an awkward moment because she said, Morgan's requested that it not be you who comes to do that. And I said, that's fine. She said, we'd like to have you back to speak another time. I said, again, that's fine. I'm not gonna get into that whole deal. And I'm not gonna speculate as to why Morgan doesn't want me, although I can speculate. There's no point in it. He hasn't said there's any beef or animosity there, so I don't know. I can only make assumptions at this point. So, sometimes it's when somebody comes at me like that and they did make an accusation, I would go to social media and say, what's the deal, Chief?
Right.
But I don't know that enough to do it. And at this stage in the game, I want the Republicans in Washington, D.C. to keep their head down and do their job without social media distractions from a content creator who has an interest in politics and activism, right? So even with you going to the Capitol and stuff like that, you are on the front lines. You're exposing a lot of stuff, a lot of garbage, a lot of crap. And so when people do that sense of superiority that says, hey, are you going to be at XYZ? Well, I can clone myself.
Right.
Maybe, we're not that far into transhumanism yet, but are you going to be with me at the drag show? Are you going to be with me, confronting John Cornyn at the, or what are we going to, where do you want to go with this?
Yeah. How about, do you want to come poll greeting with me? Cause I did that, all across the Metroplex, not just for my my incoming representative come January, come after the elections in November, but it's like, I'm poll greeting. Okay. For Mitch Little, for Andy Hopper, for Jace Yarbrough. Like I'm actually out there dedicating my time. Do you know how easy it would be to just be like, oh, I have a podcast. I'm going home to be with my family. And I don't do that. And so for people to be like, oh, but did you show up at the Capitol? Is just so fucking offensive. It's so annoying.
It's irritated me for a long time.
I'm literally spending time away from my kids to try to save the state. And you want to come at me and tell me I'm not effective unless I come to the fucking Capitol with you? Like, shut up. It's so self-important. Like I never try to pull the card like I'm more important than you because I don't feel like I am. But it's like, I mean, I don't know. My work that I'm doing is getting millions of views and I'm getting lawmakers hit me up in my DM saying, where did this happen? When did this happen? Do you have any other information? Because they're trying to use this footage to, like go either create laws or strengthen laws that already exist. And so it's just like, I don't have time for you people who think you're so important that like I'm doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's
I'll make an application here. I'll make a little stretch of an application. The New Testament talks about let him who has a spiritual gift use it according to his giftedness, right? First Peter talks about that. Ephesians 4 talks about the fivefold ministry. Paul says in First Corinthians, talking about people's spiritual gifts in First Corinthians 12. And so there, I think there's different giftings, right? There's different callings, there's different arenas, there's different, whatever it is that you have a gift to do. There's a place for you to be. And I think when you're plowing outside of your lane, it's not the most effective thing. And everybody thinks you're supposed to be in the lane they're in because to them, that's the most important one. Look, I know that mine is one of God, I don't know, kind of a let's poke fun and poke the bear, stir the pot. Let's see if we can get your attention to common sense and critical thinking by using a sense of humor to do it. Not everybody can do that. I mean, I could sit there and tell everybody, say, well, you're not traveling all over talking to live audiences everywhere, are you?
Right.
You're doing these things. So again, if you take that and apply it to this realm here, there's certain arenas I believe you're called and gifted to go into, and you got to use that gifting accordingly. So go do it. Where you get frustrated is like David putting on Saul's armor and going out to fight Goliath, and he says, I can't wear this shit. I can't wear it. This is not my stuff. This is not my armor. This is not what I walk into the field of battle with. So, it's always frustrated me, that stuff.
It takes all of us, right? It takes all of us in the places that we are supposed to be in order to enact change. And we don't need to be like shaming each other. Like, oh, well, why don't you have a podcast? Why are you not on TV? Why are you not doing what I'm doing? Why are you, what you don't care about the cause? Like, it's just so dumb. We all have our place within this. We're all working for the same cause. We don't need to like shame each other as if we all need to be doing the same thing. That
Yeah.
would be a terrible strategy. Like
Yeah.
we all need to be where we're at.
And people don't realize it, but and I know you get a lot of messages. I get a lot of messages from people saying, "Hey, I want to be a bigger influence. How can I do that? I want to start a podcast. How can I do that? I would like to grow my platform. How can I do that? Here's what I want to use it for. How can I do that?" I can't tell you the hours I spend every week talking with
Yeah.
people, helping people, sending them messages,
Yep.
responding to things of people who say, "I want to make a difference in my community, in my life, in my home, my family, and we help them do that kind of thing. There's something,
Yeah.
really good and gratifying about doing that, because most people wouldn't give you the time of day. I promise you, most people ain't gonna give you the time of day,
Right.
especially if they have any kind of platform. They're too busy doing anything. By and large, the majority of them just ain't. They and again, they may be too busy, but they're not gonna give you the time of day. So that's
Right.
my pat on my own back right there. I don't want to throw anything. I don't want to throw a disc or anything, patting myself, but
Don't do that.
yeah.
Don't do that. Let's see. Steve said Sarah is a woman you should never mess with. Chad, agree or disagree?
Oh, I've said this a million times. I said it on my podcast Thursday night. Steve Helms was on there, and I said, Sarah Gonzalez is somebody you never want on your bad. So you never want to be on that bad side. You do not ever, ever. She will cut you. I knew there's a reason I brung my razor. She won't cut you deep, but she'll cut you long. I'm telling you, girl, I wouldn't
Yeah.
mess with you. And I've seen you get almost mad at me. And I never wanted to push you over the edge.
I was almost mad at you once. I got over it quickly.
That's because you were wrong.
Oh my God.
You were
Don't.
misinterpreting the tea leaves, honey.
People who are late to the show are wondering why the hell you have a pink tumbler.
Because I can. I have this in the
Well,
body.
because Chad's gay, everyone. You missed
Yeah,
the announcement.
I'm straight up. I'm a bottom. I'm a power bottom. I'm a big hairy bear.
Blech,
And I like to have
blech.
my hair pulled. And I haven't showered in 4 days. So come and get me, daddy.
Oh God.
I have them so nobody will steal them. I do. I have this, and I have a very gay blue one downstairs, and it's so no one will steal them. And
Wait, blue is gay?
this color blue is.
Okay.
It's the pink equivalent of blue.
Bright.
So do whatever you want to do with that. So okay, so Jake Tapper is going to be the moderator for this debate. Now let me just say, first of all, I didn't plan it this way because we didn't know the debate was going to be on June 27th, but I have a show in Columbus, Ohio that night. And I'm very disappointed because I really wanted to do some form of live feed to the debate. It's going to be entertaining. It has to be entertaining. I got a couple of things I want to ask you about, Sarah, on this. So I'm in Liberty Township, which is Cincinnati area, on Wednesday night, Columbus, and then I'm in Belleville, Illinois, Friday night, and in Miami, Oklahoma on Saturday night. WatchChad.com is where all the fun stuff. WatchChad.com is where all the fun stuff is. Go get tickets. Come see me. We donated a lot of tickets this week to Vet Ticks, so that's cool. We'll have a lot of vets in the house, a lot of veterans in the house, which is always a fun time. And it's going to be a good time. But back on this debate thing. So Joe Biden's been at Camp David. He will not go back to the White House before the debate, according to reports. So they're basically having to teach him how to stand up for 90 minutes. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, who can blame them? The guy's gone. He is half dead. He is 3 feet into the ground at this point. So of course they need to take him to Camp David. They're going to give him lots of rest. They're going to test the dosage that they need to give him, because their concoction that they need to give him on Thursday night needs to be just right to make sure that he performs. And of course, I don't know if it's going to help, but I will say that Jake Tapper and the rest of CNN have gone above and beyond to try to make sure that it is, everything is in Joe Biden's favor with all of their rules. I know you saw that, all of the new rules, the unprecedented rules that they've put out to, we're going to mute your microphone. We're not going to have a live audience. All of these different rules that obviously are meant to throw obstacles in front of Donald Trump and help out Joe Biden. Now, I will say the one rule that I can't believe they did, because it clearly is going to be in Donald Trump's favor, is that they're not allowed to have notes, which I mean, Joe Biden lives and dies by his notes. So
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to do. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a tiny little secret earpiece in his ear that he was listening to someone and just repeating what they were saying. I think that there was allegations of that before in
Yeah.
2020 debates. So I just, I mean, we'll see. But obviously, like Joe Biden needs all the help he can get. Of course, he's going to Camp David to hide out all week.
So Joe won the coin toss on the debates. Obviously, with a debate, you want to be able to go last. He chose which side he gets to stand on. He chose the right, which is unusual to me. Why would that dude stand on the right? It's the only thing he's ever been on the right for.
Yeah,
And the other thing is, let me ask you a question. Would you moderate a debate if Hitler was one of the debaters?
probably not. No.
No. But see, Jake Tapper has consistently compared Donald Trump to
Mm,
Hitler. And when he was called out on that on CNN, they basically cut the interview on that
yeah.
with the Republican strategist who was on there. I'm just saying these people don't believe that the names and the rhetoric that they toss out there. Their logic is flawed. If it were truly Hitler, you would not be moderating a debate. You would not be
Yeah.
in a party to giving voice to that, right?
Yeah. You're right.
So, yeah, and Hitler wouldn't be debating either in a situation like this. So, yeah, I think that's a bunch of bullshit. Now, switching gears back to the Bronx, AOC went all gangsta when she came on stage dancing around and plopping around there. Did you watch that deal? As we alluded to earlier about how we're going to fight and we're going to take this country back. What did you think
Ah.
about her behavior when she snatched that ponytail out?
It was unfortunate that I had to actually watch that, but now I've seen it and I can't unsee it. Look, she is just we've both seen the I don't even know if I should say allegations because it seems to me that there is the evidence there. It's not even an allegation at this point that AOC showed up to a casting call and was
Right.
cast as this, representative. And I mean, I think it totally shows in stuff like this where she's just so over the top, so dramatic, walking out to this Cardi B song and like jumping up and hyping up the crowd and doing all this. And then, of course, you see later that the crowd is like 100 people and
And
she's
50 of
way
those are
overplaying it.
50 of those are members of the media.
Yeah, exactly. So she's doing this for no one, really, which makes it all the more weird. But
Yep.
she's totally overacting, over dramatizing, screaming into the microphone, which I mean, someone needs to get a hold of her and explain to her that a microphone is here so that you don't have to scream. Like you don't need to scream if you have a microphone. That's the whole point of the device that's in front of you. And so, I mean, it's a mockery what they've done to Congress. I mean, do you
Yeah.
remember not that I feel like it was not that long ago when being in Congress was like a distinguished occupation and they took it seriously and they dressed nice and they spoke well educated.
Yeah.
And now you have John Fetterman showing up in sweats and AOC dancing to Cardi B on stage and screaming into the microphone that we're going to take our country back.
I,
It's
I
just, it's crazy.
so I have a mole in the U.S. Capitol this summer. One of the guys that
Wow.
works for me is interning for a congressman, and he sent me a picture of they're on the same floor as AOC's office, and he sent me the picture. I sent it to you.
Yeah.
You guys can't make this out, but this thing
No.
that's AOC's office door. There are probably
Oh
a
my goodness.
1,000 sticky notes on that deal. Her office is right next door to Dan Crenshaw, which I found interesting, but that thing you can't see it, but like it's 1,000 sticky notes, and I'm
Crazy.
like, what in the hell is going on
There,
here?
that's a little bit better.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's just
Oh,
covered with these sticky notes, and obviously they got a little table there for sticky notes, and you can't see the table next to the door, but it's piled. I mean, it's a foot deep in sticky notes, which is crazy to me. Yeah, this I don't know,
it's
like the
all sticky notes.
statesmanship, the any form of eloquence, and again, these are barbaric times, and some people are acting like barbarians. I don't know that I can necessarily defend the behavior of a Marjorie Taylor Greene, even though she says things that I tend to agree with the way she says them. I don't know. I would rather just people not have to be like that. But then again, I go back to when Congress used to beat the shit out of each other with their walking canes too. So
Yep. Yep.
I'd much rather have that and maybe slap somebody with a glove and say pistols at dawn than this nonsense of bouncing back and forth and then putting on this political show in the DC Beltway and then everybody pretending like they don't like each other. I don't know. It's weird.
I agree.
Did you see Jamal Bowman's little rally that he did in the Bronx?
I thought that was the same one.
Well, it was the same one, but did you see his part of it? His little expletive
No.
laden deal, F this and F
No.
all this and kind of stuff. Yeah, his polling is so bad. I mean, he is dismal in his numbers. So that campaign quite literally needs to sound the alarm. Somebody needs to pull that thing right now, because that is a that's a 3-alarm fire going on. And every legitimate major polling entity that's out there has Donald Trump growing over Joe Biden in terms of the black vote, which in my opinion means that Joe hasn't told them they ain't black yet. So,
once they hear that, they'll be like, "Oh, well, shit.
What were we thinking?
Please, I gotta vote for Joe."
What were we thinking? Oh my gosh! And then I don't know, these guys. You know, you mentioned Maxine Waters and Beach a little while ago. I mean, this kind of stuff that they're doing, and AOC's rhetoric. I mean, that kind of stuff should get you. Remember, I mean, they say that Donald Trump in his speech threatened violence and was the reason J6 happened. What's this rhetoric from AOC? If Donald Trump wins the election in November and violence pops off, are they going to hold her accountable?
Right. No. The answer is no.
They won't.
They
And
never
that's
do.
why. And here's the problem: Republicans are spineless, gutless wonders. I mean, they won't hold anybody accountable, and it pisses me off. Yeah.
I know. No, I agree. I mean, think about, like, do you remember when congressional baseball practice was, like, shot up and we nearly lost all of them? That was a Bernie Sanders supporter, and we never get to talk about that. That's been totally memory hold. We never get to talk about the fact that someone who followed Bernie Sanders, who listened to Bernie Sanders' rhetoric, came and tried to assassinate every
Right.
single one of the Republicans in Congress. We never get to talk about that. Now it's just Donald Trump incited an insurrection. Really? Because I feel like telling people to march peacefully and patriotically to the Capitol to make their voices heard is kind of the opposite of an insurrection.
Right. And Snopes still their fact check over. I saw this report came out today. I'm not sure if it came out today, but I saw it today. Snopes is still, after 7 years, still confirming that Donald Trump did not say what they're trying to make him say when he says there were fine people on both sides in Charlottesville.
Oh my God.
Snopes is still fact checking that and saying, you guys are wrong. That's not what he said. Not what he said.
And Snopes is not by any means like
No.
right wing. So
No.
if Snopes is saying that, then,
Yeah.
maybe pay attention.
I have a phenomenal video stored away. I need to post it, of all the clips of Donald Trump condemning white supremacy and racism. And it's clip after clip after clip. And then it breaks in with different media talking heads saying, well, he's refused to ever condemn it. He's not rejected it any. So it's a clown show. He's up against not only Biden, he's up against the DNC, he's up against the media, he's up against all of these everything that's
Rhinos.
out there. So yeah, and so we'll see. Now it's interesting that they said that if he doesn't do presidential pardons, then Joe Biden is going to be held accountable for these deaths that have happened now at the hands of these illegal aliens because of his open border policy. Now, if they would enact on that and they would enforce that, I'm all behind it, but they won't. They just will not do it. When Lindsey Graham is the one saying that's what's going to happen, I don't believe it.
Yeah, no, I don't believe it either. I mean, look, how many years do you think Hillary Clinton deserves in prison for all the crimes that she committed?
All of them.
How many? Right. Like, it's just all of these, the Clinton family, the Biden crime family, like all of these people who actually deserve to be held accountable, never seem to actually get to that point. And, Hunter, let's throw in Hunter while we're at it.
Yeah.
Like, Hunter's not God. Do you think Hunter's going to get jail time? I don't.
No.
I don't. And so I mean, does Joe Biden deserve all of these things? Yes, but it's just so frustrating as like an average American who's watching all of this play out, who knows the history of the Democrat Party and all of these criminals who, go into Congress or go into the White House and leave unscathed, that like they just seem to get away with murder. Quite literally sometimes if you're someone like Anthony Fauci, right? Like they go
Right.
in, they commit horrible atrocities, they inflict pain and death on Americans, and then they just leave. They
Yeah.
just leave. And they just get to live out the rest of their lives normally in
That's what
private.
happens. Now,
Yeah.
Hunter Biden will get off because it'll be a first offense thing. They'll give him some probation
Right.
kind of bullshit. All
Well,
right.
yeah, but hold on. But isn't that so screwed up? Because it's like, I understand that
1,000%.
within the legal system, it's the first offense with air quotes, but it's like, we all know this isn't this guy's first offense. We've all seen the laptop.
Right.
Like this guy
Which has now been
is a
verified.
major, right. Like this guy has been committing crimes for years and years and years. He just hasn't actually been prosecuted for it. So
Yeah.
the wording of first offense that they keep using, I'm like, all right, can we be clear? Like Hunter Biden is not a first time offender. He's been doing this for a very long time. It's just that he's just finally being held accountable.
So, let me give a little dopamine hit to Jabari here in the live chat, who said that Donald Trump is guilty of inciting an insurrection. Well, first of all, there's never been anyone charged with an insurrection. If we wanted to have an insurrection, somebody would have shown up with guns and weapons, but they didn't, because we're the people who own all the guns and the weapons and the ammunition, and nobody did that. So if grandma with a selfie stick waving a flag out there is an insurrectionist, you can kiss my ass. Now, there was some pushing and some shoving, but that tends to happen when people throw stun grenades in the middle of a crowd. And when you see that Nancy Pelosi is in the limo with her little documentary filmmaker daughter, and she got both hands up in the air saying, I could have handled it different. She basically admitted to the crime of not having proper amounts of security, which was offered to her by the then President Donald Trump. Now, you can't provide a quote where Donald Trump says we're going to go up there and cause an insurrection. You can't provide that quote. You can't provide a quote where he called for any type of violence. You can't provide a quote where he called for any type of insurrection or any kind of social whatever, chaos. There's nothing. You literally can't do it. Now, you've been told by the talking heads, which proves to us, Jabari, that you're an idiot, because you can't think for yourself. You have no critical thinking skills, and you're just parroting back what the puppet masters have told you to say. So get back on the plantation, shut the fuck up, and get off the live chat. Don't ever fuck with the dude with the microphone, man. It's a bad tactic. It's like Obi-Wan Kenobi said to Anakin Skywalker, you can't win. I have the upper ground. And then he cut the shit out of him, took his legs off and the whole thing. And then he melted back down into the lava right there. And he said, fuck you, Darth Vader.
Say something else, Jabari. Say something else, Jabari. He literally, okay. He's trying to talk to Gerald now. He gave a speech before his supporters stormed the Capitol, which led to people attacking the Capitol. Bro, he literally said peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Yeah. That's what he said.
We're giving this dude a dopamine hit. Boy, he's getting high off of our responses. So listen, Jabari Jones, can I call you JJ for short, since your parents were stupid and didn't know how to give you a real name? Could you possibly provide an exact quote from that speech? Please, okay?
Please.
Don't type it in some kind of African jingle list. I don't want to hear that stuff. I want you to come back with real words in quotation marks, and don't pull the puppet hand out of your asshole and give us the exact quote. Give us the exact quote, JJ. I'm gonna call you JJ because your mama should have named you John or something like that, okay? Yeah. Never, dude. I'm telling you, I got the high ground. Don't mess with me. So here's the deal, and you guys can forgive the expletives if you want to, and if you don't want to, I don't care. Here's the thing: I'm so sick of the rhetoric that's being sold to people and told to people, because they're sitting there scrolling on a screen, a TikTok reel or something like that, and you're getting your information from the internet. Stop it. Listen to the entire thing. You can't say that anymore. To do that is detrimental to society, to culture, to America, to our freedom, to our way of life. To sit there and accuse a president of something that he did not do, something specific like saying insurrection, when no one by the courts of the United States of America has ever been charged with sedition or traitorous behavior or insurrection. Stop saying it. Stop saying it. Not a single person, including the people who have been, monkeyed up without charge into solitary confinement for years, and are still being held unconstitutionally in these places. Those jails need to be cleared out of those people. And let me tell you something. If the lies have been proven over and over again, You can't do that, dude. Jabari, I'm talking to you because I love you, man. I can make fun of you because I got the microphone, but at the end of the day, I love you, pal. I respect your freedom to speak, but if you're going to have a freedom that is so precious to say what you want to say, dear God, make sure it's something intelligent, dude. It's just old. It's old. It's an old trope. It's been proven false over and over again. Go provide me a direct quote. And don't come in my live chat talking shit to my people, fool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm trying to figure out where he picked this chat up, but it's trolls.
I know, but it gave me a great rant.
It did. So thanks, Jabari. Thank you very much. Thanks for the reminder.
Jabari has left the chat.
Thanks for the reminder that there are stupid people among us.
There are very stupid people among us. Anyway, so that was fun, Jabari. Thank you for that, man. That was cool.
That was actually really nice of you too, because you said, I love you, man. I do. And I would just say, I don't love you. I think that you're a plague on this country. I think that you make this country worse. I think that you and all of the people who believe the mind-numbingly stupid rhetoric that is provided to you on a platter rather than doing your own homework are just like a disease on this country. And I don't love you.
Well, they need the narrative. They need the narrative. Like, for instance, if I say that Joe Biden is a grand cyclops of the KKK, that would be a false statement based on everything we know. But he did eulogize one of the finest men he ever knew, the grand cyclops of the KKK, Robert Byrd. So he did that. So now I could say, because of his association with that he is probably a member of the KKK himself. Now, he is a racist.
Which is weird that Jabari, listen, I don't know what color Jabari is, but I'm just saying it's weird that someone named Jabari Jones would be a Joe Biden supporter. Just wanted to point that out.
I have things I want to say, but I won't. Jabari, that's the thing.
Oh, he respectfully disagrees with you, Chad. That's what he says.
Yeah, but you can't respectfully provide a quote.
You can't just say, I respectfully disagree when someone proves you wrong.
Brother, I'm telling you, listen, my friend, there's a transcript. You can go get it. Like, you can literally go get the transcript. Google is your friend sometimes. You can get over there and see what the exact speech says. He never called for that. So you can't say he incited that. Hey, Jabari, while we're destroying the myths, he also didn't take over the limo from the Secret Service men and grab them by the throat and try to steal the wheel from them so he could drive back to the Capitol. So Donald could take his orange ass into the middle of the melee. All right. So let's go ahead and kill that one too.
Which was just such a dumb allegation just on its face.
Just like Nancy Pelosi saying, "Oh, yeah, we should come here and punch him in the face."
I just punch him right in the face.
They punch him in the face with her thumb inside her fist. I punch him in the face. So look, brother, I know you're angry because you were told to be angry. You don't know what you're angry about, because Donald Trump ain't a racist. He ain't an insurrectionist. He's not a homophobe. He's not a transphobe. He's not a xenophobe. Dear God, he's married to a foreign woman. You can't sit there and the man funded Jesse Jackson's campaign for presidency, for crying out loud, and he dated a black woman. And I mean, he got the Rosa Parks Award. Snoop Dogg recently said, "I got nothing but love for the man." You come on. Stop. Think about this. Joe Biden, on the other hand, is the last recorded U.S. politician to say the N-word, and he said it 3 times within 5 seconds on television, being recorded. He's the last one. He said the N-word 3 times. He said, "You ain't black if you ain't voting for him." He said Barack Obama was the first articulate, clean. He said, listen.
Clean cut, yeah.
Yeah, he said poor kids are just as intelligent as white kids. What do I have to give you here? Like, what do I have to spell out for you? The dude was named Pedo Peter by his own kids. The guy showered with his daughter, for crying out loud, to the point where Ashley Biden waited till after midnight where the old man would go to sleep so she wouldn't have to go to a shower with her dad. The guy was cheating on his wife with the nanny. He put the guy that killed his wife, the mother of his children, away on drunk driving charges, manslaughter charges, when the man wasn't drunk. He trumped up the charges. What do I have to do for you? Of all things, if you are black, Jabari, wouldn't you say that black people, by and large, in your opinion, have unjustly been prosecuted over the years by people like Kamala Harris, who put thousands of black men away on first-time marijuana charges? And she's high as a fucking kite, dude. So that's pretty hypocritical, I would think. But the fact that Joe Biden put a man away on trumped up, lied about charges of being drunk and didn't bother to free that guy or anything else like that. His wife got killed. And what does he do? He marries the nanny? Why are you propping this guy up? I mean, he lied about corn pop. He stood there in front of a black audience, talked about, I like kids jumping in my lap, and I learned about roaches, and I learned about kids, and they used to rub the hairs on my leg, and they turned blonde in the sun, they pop back up, and I like that. And Corn Pop was a bad dude. He ran a gang of bad boys, and I took a length of chain out there, and they used to bust up them razor blades on the curb and make them rough and stick them in rain barrels where they rust, and I went out there and stood up to him. That's a bullshit story, dude. And he didn't grow up in the black church. The dude stood there like a fucking puppet staring at the sun at the Juneteenth rally while a dude in a dress was dancing next to him. Wake the fuck up. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I can't get through to you. What are you doing, dude? Chad. Versus the guy who built urban parks, the guy who supported black candidates, the guy who there's a very good chance we'll have a black vice presidential candidate. The guy who's been traveling around with Tim Scott and Vivek Ramaswamy, you really going to tell me that guy's a racist? Lynn Patton, who's orchestrated his events for the last 30 years, she's a black woman. Are you going to tell me that dude's a racist? My God, dude, stop it. Stop it.
Blah, blah, black sheep said, Chad, leave something for Jabari's family to identify.
You know what? They'll have some dental records. Maybe.
I'm not sure. I don't know about that. Wow. Thanks for stopping in, Jabari. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye. I'm sure there's some DEI companies out there hiring somewhere. I'm sure they're looking for your resume. Jabari, seriously.
Please don't apply to the FAA because I'm tired of all of the planes crashing.
Jabari, look, I love you, pal. I do. You picked the wrong guy to ridicule and come after. And best when you come after my people, that's what I'm gonna come after. But you can't come in here spouting lies and not expect to get me after. I mean, you're just gonna rile me up, and I'm gonna come after you. And I do that. But I want you to pay attention to the words I said, okay? Because your future depends on it. The future of this country depends on it. And the future of your children depend on it if you care. And I'm just saying that you need to pay attention to the truth, not what some parroting talking head. So that's your 5 minutes of fame and it's over. Booyah.
Wow. Well then.
Booyah, booyah, booyah.
What else do you have?
So, I'll tell you what else is going on. Hawk Tour.
Oh God.
We don't have to talk about that. But I will say that my song that I did about that,
it's funny.
It's about 750,000 views at this point.
Is it really?
Yeah, on Facebook, on one page on Facebook, interestingly. I wrote that at like 4 o'clock in the morning when I couldn't sleep. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, it's crazy to me that that's controversial. I just thought everybody did that.
Well, they don't.
I was like, wait, the thing that we're debating, I thought that was okay. I'm just gonna.
Well, they don't. Okay. And I find it so funny the things that go viral, right? And people like, Chad, this is beneath you. No, it's not. I literally make a living ridiculing and mocking and making fun of and finding humorous situations in cultural trends of what's going on.
Everybody and everything.
I find that this is an odd one that this girl's getting interviewed. You got to hop to it and all that, whatever.
Wait, hold on. Dina says, I've seen that everywhere. What is it referencing? Can you tell Dina about the video? Go.
So so this guy was interviewing this girl and her girlfriend, might be her wife, I don't know, but I've heard it rumored that this girl is those two girls were in a relationship with one another. And he said, "What is one thing that keeps your man interested when you're in bed?" She said, "You got to give him that old hawk tool. You got to spit on that thing." And yeah, so the implication is that yeah,
You gotta keep it moist for the friction. Is
you,
the
so you got to spit on that thing. So, but yeah, that's what that's talking about. And if you go to Facebook or TikTok or Instagram and look up my song, you'll hear my country ballad. You don't want to talk to her if she don't hawk to her. It's very sophomoric humor, but I'm not above it. So there we are.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Uh,
Nikki Jones says Chad is hot.
is he? Because I've never seen it. I've
You
seen
have
that
like
guy a
women
lot.
throwing panties at you.
I've seen that guy a lot. I just don't see it. But thank you. It is hot in this room, I can tell you that. And I don't know why my AC is not working in the cave. Might be this pink cup I'm drinking out of. The Hawk Tua thing, there's something to point out is the cultural trends that are out there that are influencing things, which is, again, I had Tessa Stuckey on. We taped today. The show will come out next
Oh
week.
my God,
She's a
already.
family
I get it. She's
therapist.
your new favorite female guest. Blah, 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 blah.
I never said favorite. I just said I liked her a lot. But she was very insightful on what's going on with this next generation with kids and what we're not doing or what we're allowing to happen with our kids and what we're exposing them to. And then we sit around and complain and go, well, damn it, what's wrong with these kids? Well,
Yep.
it's our fault. So
Yep.
you want to tune in
Yep.
for that.
Yeah.
But these little viral trends are something interesting that are happening because kids are scrolling their reels and looking at their screens.
Why? Why do kids have phones? Why
They
do kids have
shouldn't.
social media? It's ridiculous. Why are we having, not we, but
Yeah.
other people, why are people having children just so that they can farm out their parenting to like a phone or an iPad or whatever? It makes no sense to me. Even with little kids. I mean, we go out to eat and there are little kids on their iPads, just zombies watching their iPads while they're at a restaurant with their parents.
There's a restaurant right down the road from here called Fielding's. Food's okay, sort of a nice place. They have a whole table with stools in front of it with iPads set up so the kids can play games.
Oh no!
And it's a reasonably nice restaurant. It's kind of one of those nice brunch lunch places, is full after church on Sundays, but they got a whole line of kids in front of those iPads playing the games. That disgusts me. It really does. And we break down a lot of stuff on this episode. And I told her, I said, "You're my Dr. Phil. You're going to keep coming back." Sara who? You're irreplaceable.
What does a therapist know? What does a therapist know, Chad?
You're
I'm kidding.
Irreplaceable, Sara.
I'm kidding. And by the way, for the record, I agree with everything that she's saying. So like I'm totally kidding. She's completely right.
You'd love
our
her.
kids are being destroyed by screens, and it's all the parents' freaking fault because they're lazy.
Lazy.
Parents are lazy. I know parents who I'll text you later who I'm talking about. Parents who just literally they sleep in, they wake up, the kids fend for themselves, they don't have any like interaction, they don't go anywhere, they don't do anything, and the parents spend their days in their bedroom where the kids are not allowed to go. And I'm like, well, what are you doing there? Watching TV? Like, so the parents are watching TV. The kids are not allowed to, but the parents are watching TV in their room by themselves, door shut, kids can't come in, and the kids are left to fend for themselves. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Why are you guys having kids? It's an epidemic of lazy, bad parenting.
Yeah, having kids is work. It should be work.
It should be.
It should be
kind of the point.
It should be strategic and purposeful. And you don't forget to text me who that is. I need that gossip.
Oh, I'll tell you.
And laid a smackdown on somebody because that's weird to me.
Oh, I'll tell you.
That's weird to me.
Me too. I'm just like, why have kids if you're not interested in interacting with them or parenting them?
And this is her book, For the Sake of Our Youth. I mean, she's a great book. She's lovely. She's got 4 boys
Whew, God
Yeah,
bless.
and she had them all under the age of 4 too.
Oh, good
Her and her
gracious.
husband, lovely family. So they're now 13, 10, and no 13, 11, and 12, 11, and two twins at 9. I think is the right deal.
Oh my goodness.
You got to watch that. I want people to watch that episode though. It's really solid. We had a great conversation. I got some good conversations coming up. And I will tell you, thank you. I want to tell everybody thank you because we have the other YouTube channel that's called The Chad Prather Show, and we only put one episode a week on there on Wednesday nights. I made an appeal on Facebook the other day, and we added like 2,000 new subscribers to that page within a matter of like 10 or 12 hours. So
Wow.
thank you for that. We've got more coming. We were trying to grow a page that's not throttled so bad with the crap, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard these days to, punch through the smoke and to say anything of any real value, you know.
Well, I mean, everything you say is of value.
Jabari didn't say anything of value.
Well, I said everything you say is of value. I didn't say everything everyone says is of value. Nothing Jabari says is of value.
Oh,
but,
Jabari. Now I have guilt.
Why?
I was kidding.
Okay, I was gonna say 911. I'd like to report a murder. Yes, my best friend just murdered some random man named Jabari Jones. Please,
Pickle Squirrel's jumping off here. See you, girl. I'll see you soon. Yeah. No, it's just like I don't have. I have a low tolerance of grace for people that are just spitting stuff out that has no basis of discussionary truth.
Mm-hmm.
You listen, it's been destroyed. Stop it. It's just like Harry Sisson coming out and comparing pictures of Donald Trump's rally with Joe Biden's rally, both in Philly, and saying that Donald Trump's rally was empty because the top level was empty. Well, the fire code says that you have a capacity, and if all the people are down on the floor like they were in the rally, they can't be up in the top level of the deal.
Right.
So they had to close that off for the fire marshal purposes.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, what are you doing? I mean, like, you're literally showing us a full room and saying, oh, this is horrible for Donald Trump. He's not doing good at all. This is damaging for Donald. What? In Philadelphia, bro? I don't think so.
Right. Well, and I think he got community noted because of those.
I'd like to community note his little narrow ass. I really want to know how much he gets paid. A lot.
To be stupid. I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's like being stupid is lucrative when you are a Democrat and you have a large social media following for being stupid, by the way.
Yeah, to be absolutely sold out to a narrative for the sake of just being their puppet. And I try not to comment on their stuff because why am I going to, add more traffic to it? But they do. Everybody does. And I got paid by Twitter yesterday. Take a guess how much I got paid by Twitter.
$100.
A little higher.
Oh, 150.
190.
Wow. Congrats. Oh my gosh. What are you going to do with all that money now that you're rich?
Pretty sure it was already gone by the time it hit the bank. Because I got Steve Helms, and I had to send. I've got Steve Helms in a truck driving north to meet me with all of my gear, merch, and stuff for the shows this week. He's meeting me in Liberty Township, Ohio.
Oh wow, he's driving to Ohio.
Yeah, well, he drove to Nashville. Ooh. He's having living his best life in Nashville right now with Bobcat Ben McPherson. They're having a little party over there, so they broke the trip up. Ben came in to meet him, and so they're having their little party over there, drinking drinks. And I said, I ain't paying for your party in Nashville. I'm paying for you to drive to Ohio with all of my stuff and meet me up there. And then he's got to drive me all the way back across the Midwest. So, yeah, it's going to be a busy week starting Wednesday, come home on Sunday, and then I will sleep 2 hours, wake up, and do all this all over again. Sara.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
You're a busy guy. By the way, funny comment. Matt76 said, "Is Harry Sisson the Hawktua girl?"
I can tell you that he has never been Hawktua'd.
I mean, maybe he has. We don't know.
maybe by Chris Mowry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there are many men who may have done that. We don't
Yeah.
know.
I just have a hard time believing that he's ever had a Hakatua. I don't know. I'm 50. I'm old school, baby. I don't know how much spitting needs to be involved in what I got going on. Whew.
What is that? What's that clinic that you wanted to promote?
HormoneLogics.com.
No.
They'll make you feel like a new
That's
man.
fine.
Call my buddy Eric Vatterott over there. They're in West Palm Beach, Florida, but it's telemedicine. They will help you no matter where you are in the country.
You won't even need
HormoneLogics.com. Estrogen, testosterone, andropause, menopause, all the things that people go through, they can help you, and
you
including
won't
weight
even
loss.
need a Haktua. You won't even need that with them.
But you'll probably want one.
You'll want one, and I mean, you should get one. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, you should. You deserve it. But you won't need one, and that's important.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Linda, thank you for saying that. I would be Helm's wingman, but we would probably choke each other out. So Cindy, who is my business manager who travels with me, sells merch and stuff like that, she's never ridden anywhere with Steve. So we fly into Columbus and
Oh,
we're all
Lord.
meeting up. And she goes, does he have road rage? I said, like nothing you've ever witnessed in your life. Steve Helms lives in a complex that has a parking deck. He can't get into the deck or out of the deck from the 4th floor where he lives. He can't get in or out without road rage. He encounters someone every time he enters his parking garage, every time he leaves it. The man lives to criticize other people. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. And it is legit rage. I'm like, where does this come from, dude? He can't drive a mile without getting pissed off at somebody. So I can't wait to spend 6 hours a day starting Thursday through Sunday morning. I can't wait to spend 6 hours a day in the truck with Steve Helms.
Have fun.
Yeah. But
Better you than me.
it's next level. It is next level what the rage that comes out of this man. So what do you got going on this weekend?
Nothing, I don't think. We're just hanging out. We're waiting for July 4th. We're gonna go to my parents and go do our annual July 4th party over there at the lake. So that'll be
Can I
fun. But
come?
yeah, you want to?
I got nothing going on, so
Please come. These are your people, okay? But I'm just saying, these are definitely your people. You would fit right in. Now, they do have a pickleball tournament. You don't have to play, but they
thank
do have
God.
it for people who play, and it is intense. And there's lots of food, and there's lots of alcohol, and there's lots of fireworks, and yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I'll probably just avoid people overall.
Yeah, you do that, and I don't like it. I think you should come to
I
my July 4th celebration instead.
I do try to avoid people a lot for
Mhm.
social things. I've gotten to that point in life where it's like, you know what? I'm just going to be kind of alone.
I'm like that. I've gotten more like that. I don't even know that it's like the older I've gotten, but the busier I've gotten, I'm just like I just want no noise. Like I don't wanna communicate. I don't wanna talk. I don't wanna respond to what you're saying. Like, I just want quiet. And so I just wanna sit at home with
Yeah.
my husband, who, by the way, does talk a lot. I don't know if he's listening. I love you, but you do talk a lot.
He
And
has
so
his
I'm like,
moments, huh?
yeah. And so I'm like, I just want to, like, he can talk, and that's fine when he's done. I just shh. Everyone shh. My kids are constantly, my 3-year-old's at the age where he's like, yeah, have you seen that meme of that kid that's like, did you ever have a dream where, like it
Yeah.
that but and the and it's that's like my 3-year-old every time he talks now. Like, he just keeps going. And so I'm just like, everyone just shh. I don't want to
Yeah.
go out. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear about your day. I just want to sit here in silence. So I feel you.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time alone the last few years, and I've kind of gotten used to it. And whether I'm in a hotel room or, when I was coming up to the Blaze, I was there 3 days a week,
Yeah.
and I didn't go out. It was Monday through Wednesday I was there, and so I was just kind of just tired, just sort of chilled. And I'm not into a whole lot of small talk because I have to do that for a living with people. And I listen, I
Right.
enjoy the people who come out. I do. Don't get me wrong. I do thoroughly enjoy spending time with those people who come to our events and come to our shows. That for me is a blessing. It's always a blessing. But to go out and seek it out with strangers is not my deal. It used to
Yeah.
be. It used
Yeah.
to be, but not anymore. And the thing about it is people don't know how to. Um, Jabari says he doesn't support Joe Biden. By the way, hey, listen, Jabari, that's good. You shouldn't.
Okay.
Um,
Whatever.
but beside the point, um, social media and all that kind of stuff is ruined people. Like even young people, like you can't even get a grunt out of them when you say hello to them. Like I went
Yeah.
into the store today and I bought 3 bottles of this stuff. And I walked up to the thing. I was like, "Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. You know what's going on? You blah blah blah." Just small talking. You not a grunt. And I do that on purpose now.
Uh,
I mean, I do that on purpose now, where I'm like,
I do
"Hey,
too.
could you, just
I
try
do
to
too.
talk to people?" And they don't
Yeah.
want it. This younger people, especially, they don't want to talk to you. The older people are bitter, and the young kids are just they've interacted with the screen so much they don't know what humans are about. Hey, you know what? I
Yep.
was thinking about that because I was walking out of my Kroger. I go to the Kroger every day and I walk up and down the aisles just to say hi to people. That's about as big a crowd as I can handle. And I used to be kind of freaked out because nobody said hi back, and they still don't, but it doesn't stop me. But I was walking out of there and I was walking to my truck. And I wanted to ask you the whole thing that came out, whatever it was, a couple of months ago, where they polled these women, and 8 out of 10 said if they were hiking in the woods, they would rather encounter a bear over a man.
What?
Did you see that deal?
No.
Yeah, that was a trending thing. That was a big deal. They made a lot of videos and memes out of it, where women said that they're basically saying they're so afraid of men and strange men out there that if they were hiking in the woods, they'd rather encounter a bear than a man.
Wow.
Yeah. That ought to tell you how
That's
people have been poisoned against, masculinity right there, because you've
yeah.
said, okay, all men are basically villainized and demonized at this point. And listen, I'll tell you one thing, man. I'm telling all the women in my life, keep your head on a swivel. We've had 3 young kids, young girls raped and murdered in the last 8 months, I'm sorry, in the Houston area. We just had the 12-year-old, 13-year-old that was lured under a bridge by 2 illegals. They stripped her down, they raped her for 2 hours, and they strangled her and dumped her body in a ditch. This shit is happening,
Mhm.
folks.
Mhm.
There is real violence out there, but this demonizing real men and masculinity out there ain't gonna get you anywhere in the world we're about to be living in. So I would find the good men, the men that are capable of the violence that you need. And I would lift them up, praise them, and say, you know what, you're important to our society, rather than saying, I'd rather encounter a bear.
Yep. Yep.
But that's
Yeah, I
how,
mean, who's gonna protect you from the bear?
yeah. And I can guarantee you, you come face to face with a bear, you come face to face with a man, even if he is a bad guy, you have a fighting chance. You come face to face with a bear, you ain't got a fighting chance.
Right.
And I guarantee you, 100% of the time, you come face to face with that bear, it ain't going to end well. But that's how stupid people are.
Yeah. Primarily, leftist white women, I would just like to say.
Tends to be.
Yeah.
But you're familiar with that phrase, the long march, right? Where
Yeah.
basically the leftists said we're going to play the long game. One of the things I've been talking to people about here recently in kind of some closed quarters is saying, people on the right, particularly the Christian right, have said, well, we're just not worried too much about society because Jesus is coming back any minute. We're getting out of here. We're going to leave everything to be judged. And they play the fear tactics of the end of the world, and we're just going to leave y'all behind. Y'all can have this shit show or something of that nature. But we haven't played the long game. The left actually has. That's why they've taken over our educational systems, our campuses, our college professors are that. They've played the long game in the brainwashing. Now, they have an end of the world scenario, too. Theirs just takes a lot longer. It's called climate change.
Right.
But they still have the fear tactics of we've got to save our planet. And in the meantime, they're getting rich and funding their ideological narratives that they're pushing in their agendas in college campuses and through the media and the other mainstream platforms. So, I was reading some stuff yesterday, and I was like, we've really got to get to playing the long game again, because we're not, and we're not.
Yeah.
I don't think we're smart enough to. and we have an attention span of a gnat.
Mhm.
And again, you can
Mhm.
blame the screens and the social media and all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
here we are.
Amen.
Here we are. All right, Sarah, you got to go eat chicken.
I do. I do need.
Did I keep you too late? I forgot about your dinner.
No, it's fine. I was told that my chicken is almost ready.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You got a good man over there. You better keep him.
I mean, I'm trying. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. I'm
What is
taking
it you
advice
always say
from
about
the.
me? You always say, Chad, you're a high value man.
You are.
You're a high value woman. So you better hang on to that
Thank
boy over there.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm taking advice from the Haktua girl. And so I'm just trying to trying to keep a man over here.
I hear you. Well,
D Martin
to
wants to know when Chad is going to take his shirt off.
it probably won't happen tonight. I'm fluffy. Ah,
I mean, you already flashed them earlier.
it's disgusting now. It's disgusting. I will tell you, I'm trying to be a high value man, but it's hard these days. It's hard.
Is it?
Yeah, in some ways, I've kind of gotten toxic. I've kind of
No,
gotten.
you haven't.
I've gotten a little
No.
thin around the grace edges, and some stuff. So I'm coping through that. The depression comes on, man. It really does. That some of that serotonin drop is a real deal, and it hits, and I don't like it. And but whatever. I'm working through it. I'm working through
Well,
it.
you are a high value man, and that's just who you are. Those are characteristics of yours. You're successful, you're charismatic. Um, you know, women would say you're handsome. I can't say that in public because I'm married, but I hear on the streets that you're very handsome. You make money. You're a high
Yeah,
value man. You have a lot to offer a woman, and women should covet that. Women should
they
be very,
should covet
very
that.
happy with that.
They
Yeah,
should
women
covet
should women should be willing to do a little hawk to it. Okay,
it.
that's all I'm saying.
Lori Murray says, handsome. I miss you, girl. She's listening to us over there in Mountain Time. And Brian Mueller, you're right. Past 50, we have a license for dark sarcasm now. Boy, you ain't wrong about that, brother.
Don't ever say you're toxic again, though. I'll kill you.
I feel it sometimes, though.
I'll cut you. You're not.
Like Jabari didn't deserve for me to give him a logic vomit.
No, Jabari 100%, first of all, deserved for you to say everything you said to him. He absolutely deserved that. Okay, to be clear.
Yeah. Hey, go eat your chicken. I love you. I love your husband. I love your boys. And
We all love you.
stay out of trouble. I'm coming up there soon. I might have a day in between. I'm going to go fishing. I'll just tell you, I'm not going to tell people my business here, but I am.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, let me give a shout out to the very talented Rachel Holt.
Oh my God, another woman. Go ahead.
Whose song, she's 18 years old. Her song skyrocketed. Chris Wallen, Based Records, which is our record label. Chris Wallen wrote this song. He wrote the song. It's about, the right to life. And her song rocketed up to #1, both in video and on the country charts. And she messaged me the other day. She goes, how do you deal with this much hate? She goes, I can't believe it. I said, relax. You're going to have far more people on your side. Yeah. And there's no telling how many lives you're going to save through this song. And so I encourage everybody to go get Rachel's song and download it, stream it, all that stuff, support her. You can follow her on social media and check it out. But the song is called I Was Gonna Be. And she sang it the other night. She was on Timcast, and it's funny. Chris Wallen, he texted me, God bless him. He'll kill me for saying this, but he goes, that Tim Pool's kind of weird, huh? I've been on Tim's show. You've been on Tim's show. And I was like, yeah, but that's his thing. That's his thing. Yeah, it's just Tim. He's a strange cat. But anyway, congratulations to Based Records and Chris Wallen as a songwriter and Rachel Holt as the performer. She did a heck of a job, and pray for her. She's got that's one demon they don't like threatened, buddy. That's for sure.
Amen.
All right, Sarah, what can I do for you? Anything?
No, just come to town soon. Come see me soon.
That's what I was looking up. I will be there on the 9th, but I'm podcasting all day long. I would love to get you over there. On the 10th, maybe I can pop in to see you. I'm going fishing. I'm going to go brave the heat. My buddy Jason Kahn over on Lake Fork, he and I we've caught some big old hogs out there together, and I told him I'd come fishing, and we'd sweat it out. So
Oh,
I may
okay.
regret that.
Well, I'll let you know if I have a show on July 10th.
And then
have a
on
couple different
the
situations.
12th, I'm at that True Texas project. I'm entertaining that night for that deal before I go up to Altus,
Oh, that's
Oklahoma.
right. The white supremacist
Controversial.
event.
Controversial, I tell you. All right, we're saying bye.
Okay,
I love
all right,
you
we're saying bye.
guys, and I love all of y'all watching. I know Sarah does too. You can tell them.
Yes.
Sarah, tell them goodbye, and I'm going to go over here and end the live stream, okay?
Okay, are you gonna give us, like, a countdown or what?
No, it's
just gonna cut off in the middle of oh my god.
I love it
How
when
many years have you
I love it when I go to get up and my foot stands on my IFB that's in my ear, and it's still attached to you.
Well, you could just pull it out so it's not attached to you.
I could, but then I wouldn't
First
hear
day?
your lovely voice.
First day? Yeah. All right, thanks for watching. We will see you next Monday, I think. I don't know. Tune in.